ABC Classic is brought to you by Jeep and your local Jeep dealers. By Chrysler and your local Chrysler dealers. By Damon's. If you've got a passion for great food, come in soon. The grill is on. By Provident Bank, your place for winning advice. And by Domino's. Get the door. It's Domino's. Steve, this joint is going to be rocking tonight. It's Kentucky and Western Kentucky in Game 2 of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Let's take a look now at tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Jeep. Here's the starting lineup first for Western. They'll play the three-guard offense, Steve, and try to counter Kentucky's attack with Curry, Robertson, and Rolls. Of course, the big guy, Marcus, on the inside. Boyden for the Wildcats. Marvin Stone gets the start tonight. He is going to have to be big in the middle for Kentucky. They also have the three guards in Hawkins, Fitch, and Bogans. And, of course, Tayshaun Prince at 6'10" will play the 4 position for Kentucky.
Well, the chess match already has started. Now with the Hilltoppers, we got Curry and Robinson, both very good point guards. Robinson playing the off guard tonight, but it's going to be a very good game. Pressure on both sides of the court.
Steve, let's take a look at the Chrysler keys of the game, and what do you have for us tonight?
Well, I think the big thing for Kentucky, they have to, or Western Kentucky has to feed the post. They got to get the ball into Chris Marcus, make sure he handles the ball all the time. They also have to make sure they handle the pressure, because Kentucky's going to try to take them out of their game by full court pressure. Kentucky, they want to get Marcus out of the game, try to do the opposite, and they have to recover the jump shooters because Marcus is a great passer back out to those guys.
Well, Marvin Stone wins the tap, and Tayshaun Prince loses it. Coming right back the other way is Curry. Now, for those of you who don't know, this Western team, Steve, they're pretty deep too. They can go 10 as well as Kentucky, so fatigue probably won't be too much of a factor tonight.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens off the gun, playing in your own state and also playing in front of these many people. You can see the little jitters right here with Curry taking in the lane.
Bernardo Curry there took a little baby step before he took off, and one step too many. And Tayshaun Prince at 6'10". Kentucky really doesn't need a true point guard because they have 4 guys who are very good ball handlers.
Well, there's a little token pressure by Western Kentucky just to make them know that, to let Kentucky know they're out there.
Marvin Stone, first shot of the game, and he drops it in.
You can see right off the back, he's pulling himself out, making sure Chris Marcus comes out and has to guard him.
Cliff Hawkins that time gets his feet tangled up with Curry's. And Steve, if you're Western, these are some of the guys that maybe thought, man, I think I could have played for Kentucky. Some of them didn't even get recruited by the University of Kentucky. I won't say there's a chip on the shoulder, but they want to prove that they belong as well as Kentucky does on this floor.
Well, anybody in the tri-state, even sometimes the nation, they all think they can play here. This is a great place. Maybe Boynton can. That's a beautiful three-point jump shot. It's just a very, very big game for in-state teams like Western.
Boynton, the kid from Fort Union Military Academy, knocks down the 3, and Western has the early lead over the Wildcats at 3-2. Cliff Hawkins stops and pops in the lane, no good. But Marvin Stone comes up with it, and the big man has 4 early.
Well, there's a little battle going on with Curry and Hawkins. They're trying to go back one-on-one. They're jabbering right now. They're a little trash talking. See what happens down in the backcourt.
Steve, you found out a little tidbit about Marcus is he might be slowed a little bit tonight by some bone chips, bone spurs.
Well, Pete Herman said that he didn't think that Marcus was 100%, but if he's down low, I think he'll be all right tonight.
Rolls, that's his job. He was the 6th man for much of last year, but Jermaine Rolls hits a 3. Western 2 for 2 from the three-point line, and they've got the early lead over Kentucky 6-4.
If Kentucky has Achilles' heel, it is a do not recover back to the three-point jump shot.
Keith Bogan's 3 is a little hard in their last game in the exhibition season against Athletes in Action. The AIA boys knocked down 14 threes against the Wildcats.
You need to get back out to the jump shooter. If you don't, Western's going to have a field day with these three-point jump shots.
That's what they like to do. There's another one fired up from the wing, and Keith Bogans claims the rebound. Cats on the run. Gerald Fitch inside, and he lays it in.
Terrible transition defense by Western. Long rebounds. When you shoot that three-point jump shot, you're going to get long rebounds. You have to be ready to get back on defense, and they just didn't do it.
One thing this small lineup does for Tubby Smith, they got a lot of quickness. They can really run the 4 with these 4 players along with Marvin Stone. Robinson, open jumper, no good. Tayshaun Prince comes down with the rebound, and and he can run the floor as well. At 6'10", he continues to grow. Beautiful pass to Keith Bogans.
He is a quadruple threat, and that's one of the arms that he can do. He's got a beautiful pass inside to Bogans. Conversely now, Western has not even looked inside to Chris Marcus. He is their big man. That was the key. Get the ball to him. He hasn't touched it yet.
Some people said if Marcus came out this year, he would have been an NBA lottery pick. Almost a lock to come out next year and be a lottery pick.
Well, we talked about the 30 scouts are calling it the Marcus watch.
And it is as he draws the foul on Marvin Stone as he rolls baseline.
Well, Pete Herman, the assistant coach, as you see Marcus taking the ball to the basket. Pete Herman is assistant coach here for Dennis Felton. He coached David Robinson for 4 years in college, and he knows how to coach big men. He said this kid is one of the best.
And actually, they're going to call that on Cliff Hawkins. So Hawkins quickly comes out, and the freshman, Adam Childs from Ballard High School, comes in as Kentucky stays with the 3 guards. Yet to see Jules Kamara. Sat out all of last year. They said one of the better players on the court in practice throughout last year and this year. And another jumper is sunk by Boyden.
Well, UK went to a 2-3 zone that time. Still couldn't stop Boyden from that jump shot.
3 for 3 from beyond the arc is Western. And it's a 9-8 Western lead. A shot. Prince answered with a 3 of his own.
Yeah, it looked like the same kind of game Tamar Slay had in the first half. Pulling up off that jump shot. Nice behind that back dribble. Freed himself.
Murray and Marvin Stone comes out, swats it away. One of the staples of any team coached by Tubby Smith is defense. Nice turnaround by Marcus.
But he actually faded away at 7-1 and has such a nice soft touch. They have to get the ball into him. Everything should run through Marcus.
Boy, Marcus is really blowing out there. Maybe, Steve, you're playing in a game like this, the crowd, the intensity, and he's really blowing out there.
Well, what he allows you is a chance you can play behind Stone. He can play behind Stone. The other guys can help out in the lane.
Rolls fired up an air ball on that 3 attempt. It went out of bounds as Robinson was actually standing out of bounds, and we're going to take a breather. We're all knotted up at 11, 15:47 to play in the first. It's the Pizza Hut NABC Classic live from Rupp Arena in Lexington. We'll be back with more after this.
Excuse me, can you take Timmy to tuba practice?
No problem.
Hey, mister, Battle of Gettysburg?
No problem.
Can you take me to the track, please?
No problem.
Tu peux nous amener à l'école?
Dodge Caravan. It offers an exclusive power rear hatch
Hey, my pony.
and 972 seating configurations. Now get 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR on 2002 Dodge Caravan.
No one knows exactly how man discovered fire. Whether it was lightning hitting a tree or rubbing 2 sticks together. But we do know that 10 minutes later, he discovered meat. The new menu at Damon's.
That's hot, baby.
The grill is on.
No law says what banks have to pay on a money market account. Depends on their mood. But Providence Premium Index account is based on a rate published weekly in the Wall Street Journal. Invest $10,000 and get the brain of a personal banker who can offer lots of winning advice to help you reach your personal financial goals. Just ask. Because no law says we can't give you a good deal. Provident Bank.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Game 2 of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. And Steve, Western has not blinked. 11-11.
They have to be careful, though. 5 of their first 8 shots are from behind the arch. And as we said in the keys to the game, you have to go through Marcus. Unless he's shooting 3-point plays, 3-point jump shots, he's not getting to the ball enough.
Well, here is Kentucky's depth. Now they bring in Eric Daniels and Jules Kamara. Eric Daniels, kid out of Cincinnati, one of the sweet surprises for Tubby Smith last year. This year he's gained a little bit more weight as Prince puts up the jumper, and that's a little short. You know, Prince has that funny shot, Steve. He almost shoots it from his palm instead of his fingertips.
Well, you see what Dennis Felton did. He came back and put in Sparks, and he put in Vandoff. He also put in Vendenoff, And Mike Wells. Mike Wells, Bubba Wells' brother, plays the Portland Trailblazers. They have a very deep bench also, so it's a little chess match right now.
Well, like I said at the start, this isn't going to be a game where you're going to wear out the other guys. Western has as deep a bench as Kentucky. Now the difference, a lot of people say, well, yeah, but you're bringing in McDonald's All-Americans off the Kentucky bench, but Western still, they made the NCAA tournament last year, winning the Sun Belt Cup. Very good basketball team.
Well, they've won 26 of their last 37 games. They're really coming on. They've been blossoming as of late. But what I like at Dennis Felton is doing is getting these guys in the game early, get them a feel. Like you said with Marcus, he was struggling, blowing a little bit because he's a little bit nervous. You know, you're going to be nervous in these games, and you got to get your breath.
So as you said, Patrick Sparks, another Kentucky kid from Muhlenberg North down in Central City, Kentucky. He's in the game, as is Philippe Wiedenoff. That's Wiedenoff with the ball, trapped in the corner. Gets it off to Panoff, almost a bad pass. They get it to Marcus. Kamara's down there, but Marcus brings it down. He gets free on the baseline. And that's something, and then Sparks a great play on Childs.
Western is really fired up. They broke the press, and I'll tell you what, Childs went for the steal, and when he went for the steal, it allows Sparks to get the ball over and get the ball to Marcus for the wide open dunk. You don't go for the steal like that.
Western 3 of 5, 60% from behind the arc early here. Team fouls, Kentucky now has 3, none for Western. Wiedenoff took a step, got a dribble.
That's a little bit nerves right there. Wiedenoff's a very good jump shooter, and so is Fedorov, and so is Sparks, or Pandoff. Pandoff is a good shooter also, and they can shoot the 3, and they're not afraid to do it.
Number 45, Tudor Pandoff. He's a guy that was redshirted last year. Got a little bit strength in the offseason last year, sitting out. Got his grades up and is now a very strong player off the bench for Dennis Felton. That's the first foul out front, and that's on Pandoff.
What Felton's trying to do is put Pandoff on Prince. Pandoff is the most athletic player probably on this team. He's got excellent jumping ability, really physically gifted.
A little bit of a mismatch, so they come back with Nate Williams, a 6'8 junior, to play against Kamara inside. Kamara, probably the most agile player on the court at 6'10 from Senegal, runs like a deer. Tayshaun Prince, this is his signature plays. He backs his man down. Now Fitch is open with the baseline jumper, and he knocks it down.
You know what, Fitch does nothing but make good plays. Hits the open jump shot and always gives this team a spark.
Be very interesting to see what Tubby Smith does. And as we look at the bench, 2 players that would be in the rotation are in street clothes. J.P. Blevins, starting point guard, he's got that ankle injury, and Rashad Karuk also has a little bit of an ankle that's nagging him. They are both on the bench in street clothes.
Well, he's done a couple different things. During the exhibition season, he platooned. He took 5 guys out, put 5 guys in. Now he's mixing and matching and putting some with the starters. And I think that's we'll see which way is the best way of doing it. But you're also resubbing with All-Americans.
Each team has 3 turnovers. Kentucky has 6 points off those turnovers, and Tayshaun Prince misses the 3. Kamara keeps it alive, but it's pulled down out of there by Nate Williams.
Nate Williams is a scrapper. He plays with his back to the basket very well. You won't see him taking any jump shots outside.
They are set, and they are very good spot-up shooters, but that time, Wiedenoff a little hard with that one, and Keith Bogans will run the floor. 17-foot jumper is good.
That's great decision-making by Bogans. He could have passed it off, decided he took what the defense gave him, and he shot the jump shot. Nice play.
Patrick Sparks, a 6'1 freshman, Muhlenberg North, brings it up. He gets open, fires, in and out. The 3 was all the way down and came back out, but it's kept alive by Western. New shot clock with 13.5 minutes to go. Kentucky by 2.
Even though Marcus isn't in there, they still need to try to get the ball inside, down low to Nate Williams, or take it in for the dunk like that.
Beautiful move as Panoff goes right down the lane. He knifes in and puts it through with the dunk.
He is definitely gifted. And assistant coach Pete Herman said that he's, like I said, the best athlete. He's got excellent jumping ability, too.
Prince gets his man in the air, and open 3 on the way, in and out. Tayshaun Prince in the shoot-around earlier today. Tayshaun was off on his shot. He was very hard on himself. Just wouldn't fall. Talking to these guys, you know, they practiced throughout the week at Memorial Coliseum. Totally different shooting background here, Steve.
Yeah, and right now Western is seeing it's a different shooting environment here. They're struggling with their 3-point jump shots.
Foul on the inside on Sparks. We should add 3 very good referees here tonight, and Tom Eads, Mike Thibodeau, and Kerry Sitton. Veterans all. But Steve, talk about that. Memorial Coliseum, a small gym. The shooting background is very close, tight. And then you come here, the huge expanses behind the baskets. It's just totally different, isn't it?
Well, for Western Kentucky coming in here and shooting in this place, or UK, UK's used to the playing in here. They play every, all their games. But Western Kentucky, especially with 20-plus thousand people yelling at you and the different backdrop, it's going to make it hard for you.
Marquise Eskel, nice pass to Gerald Fitch, and he's fouled on the way in. Marquise Eskel, another big man that Kentucky can run out there. Marquise is the junior out of Madison Central in Richmond.
These guys are so deep that Marquise was able to give up his scholarship and become a walk-on to make sure they had room for other recruits. You also have Hayes in the lineup. Hayes is an excellent rebounder. He had 13 rebounds against the Athletes in Action.
This is Fitch's first attempts today from the free throw line. He's got 4 points on the night already, but Hayes is the freshman. And he is the guy that is really going to have to kind of fill in the hole of Jason Parker, who re-injured the knee and is out for the entire season. He will be redshirted.
He's a physical player, which UK does not have many physical players.
If there's one chink in the armor of this Kentucky Wildcat team, not a great free throw shooting team on the whole, as Fitch misses both of them. And there you see the jumper knocked down by Derek Robinson, the Bourbon County kid, his first 2 of the game.
You talk about free throw shooting. Prince shot 84 and led the SEC. UK only shot 65 as a team.
Beautiful back cut that time, couldn't finish. Now Eric Daniels drives in. The Cincinnati kid drops it off to Marquise Estel. Estel loses his balance and throws it away.
Scrappy play by Curry. He's all over the place. One of the quickest point guards. We saw a quick one in the first game. We're seeing a quick one in the second game.
Here's your 12-minute timeout. It comes at the 11:56 mark of the first half. Western leads the Wildcats of Kentucky 17-15. We'll be back with more of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic after
My name's Andy McDonald. I ride this useless wooden toy for a living. It's hard. I've been doing it for 13 years. I'm still lame. I do a trick called a 540. Took me a good 6 years to learn. There's a whole generation of skateboarders out there that are just as talented athletically as any basketball or football player. It takes somebody that's not going to be afraid to fall down a lot, because you definitely will fall down. You're not a failure until you refuse to get back up. Drugs are only going to hinder what I'm trying to do. That right there is my idea of getting high.
Yo, you know who led the league in assists last year? Should have been you, yo. No doubt, boo, no doubt. Yo, I gotta show these suckers how to play this game. Let them know. A lot of these B-ballers don't be realizing that passing be your art, kid. I got the flavor that you savor. Watch my Andre Miller no-look confusion maker. Hey, Utah, there's a little something we call style. What?
Welcome back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. The best seat in the house? Yeah, it is, but it'll cost you $313,000 are those seats, 14 pair. It's an endowment for the scholarships here for the athletic team, the basketball team. It's a lifetime seat, 2 of them, $313,000. Hey, if you're interested, you still got 3 pair left, Steve.
That's a little bit rich for my blood.
Wow. This Marcus inside, puts it in. They love their basketball down here in Lexington, don't they?
Yeah, they definitely do. That was an excellent penetration by Robinson. Nice underhand pass to the big fella. He's 3 for 3 inside, Marcus's.
Marquise Estel puts it on the ground. Nice pass inside, but it's lost by Hayes. Out of bounds it goes. It'll stay Kentucky's ball. Hayes might have a little bit of the jitteries here. His first time playing in front of this crowd. They only had about 15,000 in here for the 2 exhibition games.
Well, he is a strong person. They need to make sure that they don't forget he's down low.
Yep, from Modesto, California, and he will fill the void of Parker. was out for the season with the knee injury. Keith Bogans, the leading scorer from a year ago. Nice pass to Hayes, and he loses it out of bounds.
Well, they didn't forget about him, but he forgot to catch the ball. He was looking right to the basket, didn't look the ball into his hands.
Steve, when you're throwing it into a big guy, don't you want to hit them up a little higher than that? You don't want to bring their hands down below their knees, do you?
It wasn't a great pass, but you need to have good hands when you're playing that post. You just got to learn to catch the ball.
Western leads it by 4, and Kentucky applies pressure in the backcourt, but Western breaks it. And they break it with Renardo Curry, Memphis East product. Curry to Wells. Wells drives into the lane, almost took an extra step, pulled back just in time. Curry, now they get the open jumper again from Robinson, and he buries it.
That's a very good matchup for Western. Bogans is a good defensive player. Got a little push-up, created some space, and Robinson nailed the 3.
Western now 4 of 9 from behind the arc. Kentucky just 1 of 4, and it's 22-15 and battling inside. Gonna get a call on Mike Wells.
Western's a little bit more physical down low than UK. UK has got to take advantage of that inside outside. You can see right here, Wells reaching in.
Stone will come back in the game. Good early for the Wildcats. Got a blow there. Estelle goes out. Now Hayes finds the open man. They're so good at passing the ball. The one thing the Wildcats do, the extra pass. And there you saw it. Vitch got into the lane, had the open 9-footer, but he had a guy underneath and made the pass.
Well, it was a quick ball reversal. Hayes got, as soon as he got the ball in the wing, looked for Fitch. Fitch penetrated, looked for Stone. Still, even though the Marcus is in, you can't be scared. You have to take it at him.
First foul for Robertson, and Stone goes to the free throw line for the first time tonight. He's got 4 points, make it 5.
That's one thing I think Stone has worked on over the summer, and he's going to get better at, is taking the ball to the basket and being strong. He's got so much finesse in his game, along with Estelle.
Just didn't shoot a whole lot last year. He's a 50% shooter for the season, but only averaged 6 points a game. He knocks them both down, so he's at his average from a year ago with 6 points. Now they've got Rolls trapped in the corner, but he gets it away to Robinson. He gets it ahead, going in is Boyd, and he lays it up and in, and a foul on Fitch. A chance for the three-point way, the old-fashioned way.
Well, that was great pressure defense by Kentucky. When they let him out of the trap, then it was all over because Boyd got down the fast break, laid it in. On that, Fitch hasn't got to let him go to the basket. You don't foul the guy when he's up in the air for that layup.
Boyden's got 8, chance to get 9, and to give Western their biggest lead of the game. It's 24-17 now. Free throw on the way, rattles around, but he gets the shooter's roll.
Western has to stay poised. I mean, UK is not going to lay down and fall over dead. They're going to play strong. Get Prince into the game and get Bogans taken over here.
Western up by 8, and another turnover as Prince gets it stripped. And here comes the toppers. Curry dribbles it off his foot. Ball's on the floor, battling for it inside. They're going to have a jump ball between Hayes and Curry.
At this stage of the game with 10 minutes left, half of the first half gone, it really looks like Western's playing at a different speed than UK.
Remember, Steve, the experimental rules that they're using for these preseason type tournaments or opening tournaments, and for the NABC Classic, here's the new rules.
Yeah, we like that old-fashioned jump ball.
They also use the NBA free throw line, which is, of course, is that foot wider. No free throws for fouls by the team in control.
I wonder if these referees get mulligans when they throw it up. They haven't thrown it up for so long. They do it once a game.
So Hayes should get this tap. Back tap at the Fitch, and he does. But Rolls is there, knocks it over to Keith Bogans. Immediately they try to go inside. Is that a zone by Western?
And they have Marcus right in the lane. He's clogging everything up. That was a good look by Stone not to take the shot and pass it back out to Bogans for 3.
Open things up a little bit by knocking down that 3, and Bogans hits his first 3 of the game. And Stone steps in front of Marcus. Ball knocked out of bounds by Marvin Stone, but good hustle by both the big men, Marcus and Stone, as they really went after that ball.
I'm surprised at how much problems the press is giving Western Kentucky. What they need to do is get somebody in the lane. I don't know why Marcus is so far down. Get him out, get the ball. He's the biggest guy. He can throw over top of the defense, go inside, weak side.
It's one reason it's so tough to press Kentucky, because they put Prince at the point at 6'10". He just throws over it.
Well, and he also can go around it.
Yeah. Curry battles inside, loses it, pitch comes out. This guy is one of the top garbage men in basketball, always comes up with the loose ball and loose rebound. Bogans drives, he's fouled as Kentucky starts chipping away at the Western lead.
With Prince and Bogans coming back, you can see these two guys on a string. They're looking for each other. Here's Prince with a nice cross-court pass, and Bogans making the NBA move straight into the lane.
Bogans has 7 points. He'll be at the free throw line to attempt his first free throws of the game. And Derek Robinson, a guy that they do not want to get in foul trouble, now has 2. He's going to have to come out. Sparks is getting ready to come in, as is Philippe Vitanov from Bulgaria. As Bogans knocks down the first, and it's a 4-point game. Western leads it 25-21. Bogans will have 1 more.
And Tubby Smith's trying to feel out the game and see where he wants guys to play. He's got Childs back in at the point, moving Fitch around.
You know, there was some talk as Bogans misses the second, but gets his own rebound, of possibly even redshirting Childs this year. But oh, Stone with a great follow.
Stone came from the top of the key, was not boxed out by Chris Marcus. Got an easy slam.
And then on the other end, Marcus misses the slam dunk. And coming away with it is Hayes. Gets it off to Childs, and he slows things down. Tayshaun way outside. Had a thought of throwing that one up from 3 feet behind the NBA arc. Bogans dribbles off his foot. That'll be a backcourt infraction when he touches it. And to get him back to that point, there were thoughts that Kentucky might actually redshirt Childs this year because they just have so many players. But with the injuries to both Blevins and Carruth, you need that extra guard.
Well, and Carruth is an excellent player. But as you watch right here, Stone coming in from the top of the key. Not blocked out by Chris Marcus. Big man, just because you're big, you're still going to box out.
Nice play inside and nice block out again by Stone. As you just said, Steve, Marvin Stone moved Marcus out of there. Keith Bogans on his way to 1,000 points. He's got 996. 4 more points to be the 49th member of the Wildcat 1,000-point squad. Nice put back there by Hayes. He showed his strength as he just went up and over the defender.
Well, you can see Chuck Hayes is strong. He's still a little nervous. You have Bogans pushing him into position. He's not sure defensively where he's supposed to be. And you have the leader, Bogans, telling him where to go.
Kentucky's ripped off 7 straight. It's tied at 25, and Western goes back to their bread and butter. Marcus kicks it back to Sparks. They go right back inside. Somebody lost a shoe. One of the thoroughbreds from Kentucky has thrown a shoe. And it's Childs, I think, that lost a shoe. Perfect time for a timeout as they'll bring the blacksmith out. Reshot him as Childs goes to the bench. 7:48 to play. We're all tied, 25 apiece at the Pizza Hut NABC Classic.
Are you ready for the coming snow, sleet, and torrential downpours? We've got 3 words for you. Ford SUV season. Now, save big on Ford Expedition with 0% financing. That's interest savings of over $5,300. Even get 0 financing on Explorer and Excursion. Plus, buy now and make no payments until March. Ford SUV season. Now at your Greater Cincinnati Ford dealer.
Changing your health care plan can be a good thing. You'll look for a wide network of caring doctors and more hospitals for more choices. Without referrals, access is easier than ever when you see a specialist in CHA Health's network. You're also backed by a team of people who are focused on great service. You'll find it all at CHA Health. Your kind of people, your kind of care. CHA Health. Change is in the air.
Somewhere between the 3-course meal they expect and the 0-course meal you feel like cooking is a solution in the form of a telephone. Call Domino's and we'll deliver the meal, not just pizza. Domino's has spicy buffalo wings, cheesy bread, and even delicious Cinesticks for dessert. Call now. It's your best course of action. Get the door. It's Domino's. Call now and get 2 large 1-topping pizzas for only $13.99. Delivered right to your door for just $13.99. Call Domino's, where delivery is not extra.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. 2 very important people to the University of Kentucky. On the left in the suit, blue suit and glasses, That's Lee Todd, the president of the university, just in front of him. In the glasses, gray suit, W.T. Young, owner of Overbrook Farm. Horse racing fame. A couple Kentucky Derby winners stand at his farm. And here in Lexington, the Wildcats and the Hilltoppers of Western are tied at 25 apiece.
Kentucky put another player in the lineup, Josh Carrier, freshman. From Bowling Green, Kentucky. His dad played at Western.
That's what Josh Carrier could do, shoot the three, but Sparks got a hand on that one.
He ain't shy, I'll tell you that.
Another one of the long list of Mr. Basketballs that play for the Kentucky Wildcats. Carrier can absolutely knock it down if you give him an inch. It reminds a lot of people of Troy McKinley.
Yeah, he's a heck of a high school player. But you see there, Bogans, an All-American, diving into the crowd. Coach Smith's got to be happy about that.
Turnovers now. 5 for Western, 8 for the Wildcats. Points off the turnovers, 5 for Western, 9 for Kentucky off the 5 Western turnovers. Now Western into more traditional offense instead of that run and gun they've been in mostly. They slow it down a little bit, try to get the good shot. Wells had a shot. I think he took an extra step. We're going to call 3 seconds.
I'd like to see Western try to isolate on Boyden down low. He's got a freshman guarding him.
Little bit of lull in the action here. It's been kind of fast-paced early in this game.
Both teams are full court pressing. See who's going to blink first.
And again, Tayshaun Prince, point forward for the Wildcats, brings it up. Reminds people of a Scottie Pippen type. Very good to his left. Takes it back to Carrier to Bogans. And now go inside to Marvin Stone. Had the first 4 points of the game for the Wildcats. That one's no good, but Keith Bogans is right there. Kentucky keeps it alive.
This is an important time for Western. With 6 minutes to go, had a chance to give Marcus a rest, get him out of the game. These guys need to take control, make sure they don't lose the lead, or at least keep it at 25 all until they can get him back in the game.
There's inbound to Stone. Hayes. And Kentucky's got a pretty big team on the floor right now. Marvin Stone just tries to back his way in. They're going to have a hold this time on Williams.
Well, Williams is a very strong player, but he's a little bit shorter than Stone, and he's not as strong as Stone. If Stone is more physical this year, this Kentucky team does have a chance to vie for the national championship.
Steve, when you're guarding a stronger, bigger guy, you just have to get down low and use leverage, don't you?
Well, and Stone's got all the moves. The problem is he hasn't been physical in the past, and that's really hurt him. This time he's backing in a little bit. Stone can shoot the hook. He can pull up and shoot the jumper. He also can shoot the fadeaway. He's very talented.
25-25. It's been this way for over a minute. Both teams have slowed down a little bit. Marvin Stone puts it in.
Western Kentucky just put Caleb in the game, and that is their 11th player to enter the game. Caleb Halcomb, 11th player to enter the game in this first half. So they're trying to utilize everybody, get everybody in the flow early in this game.
Hey, Marvin Stone's really come out on fire for the Wildcats. That's his 9th point. He's got a rebound. He's got an assist. He's got a block. And this is the guy that Tubby really wanted to have a light of fire under him, so to speak.
That was good press break by Sparks. Got the ball in the middle to Boyden.
And they swing it around to the corner, get the open man. Ball won't fall this time. Knocked around, and Rolls keeps it alive. Sparks gets it, a new shot clock.
That was good ball movement, even though the shot didn't go. I like the ball movement.
Another long three by Sparks, tapped out by Rolls. They're going to call him over the back.
Well, with Marcus out of the game, they're going for that one and done, shooting that three-point jump shot. And Sparks is a freshman. Really needs to get his feet under him. He wasn't ready on that jump shot. He's fading away.
First foul of the game on Rolls. He came over the top of Tayshaun Prince. It's kind of a tough task to do there. Prince goes 6'10" now. Tayshaun to the free throw line for his first time tonight. He's off to a little bit of a slow start. Only 3 points and 1 of 5 shooting.
He's got a sweet touch, shooting 84% from the free throw line. But you know what's great about Prince is, yeah, he's got 4 points. He's not scoring. He's doing the other things. He's making sure he's taking what the offense gives him, gets everybody into the game.
Second one on the way, and that's no good. Hayes keeps it alive, but coming off with it there is Bignoff. Here comes Western again. Kentucky up by 3, 28-25. Inside is 6 minutes to play here in game 2 of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic from Rupp Arena. Boyden strong inside, just moves the youngster Hayes out of the way.
That's good. They have to keep it close till they get Marcus back in the game. Big, strong move by Boyden against the freshman Hayes.
Boyden has 11 now for Western. First player in double figures for them. Cuts the lead to 1. Crowd wanted to walk there on Bogans. Hayes keeps it alive, but Sparks comes out with it.
This Western team is scrapping.
They are scrappy. Beaten off. He'll fire a 3. It's going to be hard, way hard. Bogans comes off with it. 2 on 4, and he'll pull it up.
Beaton is really struggling with his jump shot. He's got a pretty shot. Saw him in shoot around, but he's thrown a lot of air on those last couple shots he's taken.
Prince again drives the lane, and he uses that big body to just lay it up and in.
Well, he's like an extension ladder. He goes up, and then he goes higher. And with that left-handed jump shot, people aren't used to guarding left-handers. He keeps getting up to that wiry frame. Got great moves to the basket.
Boy, he's got some long arms, too. And that's just dropped out of bounds by Boyden. He looked up, didn't catch the ball, and here comes 3 new Wildcats into the game. And Marcus comes back in for Western. Fitch, Kamara, and Daniels comes into the game for the Wildcats.
And for Western, they have the big fella back in the lineup. They also have Mike Wells coming in for Rolls. So they're down by 3 points, and Chris Marcus had a chance to stay out for a little bit, get a blow. Hopefully he can take it through halftime.
Marcus only 6 points and 2 rebounds so far in this game. He's a leading rebounder in the country last year with over 12 a game. Kamara drops it. Prince gets it back. Here's Carrier's forte, the 3, and it's a little hard. Battled for and come off with it is Beaton for Western Kentucky. Western just a little quicker to the loose balls here early. Open 3 for Sparks. He passes on it.
It's a pretty big lineup UK has in there right now. The Wildcats got Kamara, Stone, and Prince in the back baseline playing that 2-3 zone.
6'5" Carrier out in front of it, but Sparks, the smallest guy on the court, makes a beautiful move to the basket.
So little guys can still play this game, Jeff.
Still hope for me. Prince steps outside of 3. That's a bad shot there off the bottom of the backboard. That wasn't even close. Wells sneaks behind everybody, lays it in, and he's fouled, and Western will take the lead.
That was a great pass by Sparks in the open court. One-handed no-look pass, and Wells took it up strong, and a bad foul by the Wildcats.
First foul on Stone, and again, just had a lazy footwork. He just came back, and that was a bad foul as he just went into the body of Wells after he let the ball go.
Well, right now, Western's got a small lineup. They're getting in transition, getting behind the defense. That's what they did on the play before. When Sparks drove the lane, you got 6'9", 6'10", 6'9" in the backcourt. You got to stop that.
Wells goes to the free throw line for the first time to try to extend Western's lead to 2. It's 31-30. Mike Wells, 87.5% free throw shooter last season.
He must have had some good backyard games. His brother led the nation in scoring at Austin Peay. Got some shooters in that family.
3:28 to play in the first half of Game 2 of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Western Kentucky leads the Wildcats of Kentucky 32-30. We'll be back with more after this.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Now head home for the holidays in any new Jeep vehicle and take along the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection. Plus, through November 19th, 0% APR on select O2 models.
Hooray for the fun, is the pudding done? Hooray for the pumpkin pie.
You may have heard that Damon's has wall-to-wall big screens featuring non-stop sports action and a huge collection of team memorabilia displayed around the clubhouse. So, is Damon's a sports bar? Yeah. If you consider eating a sport, Damon's. The grill is on.
Recently, at this quiet, unassuming little Pizza Hut, an interesting pizza discovery took place. Whoa! We've created the new Ultimate Lovers Pizzas from Pizza Hut. Our Lovers Pizzas now with 6 kinds of luscious cheese and 6 different kinds of seriously satisfying meat toppings, or 5 garden veggies, or 2 layers of zesty pepperoni. And you'll discover it's not $12.99, it's only $8.99. $8.99. The new Ultimate Lovers Pizzas, only from Pizza Hut. For only $2 more, make your Ultimate Lovers Pizza a large. Yep, you heard me, a large.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. The Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Western leads by 2 on plays like this from Sparks, Steve.
The littlest man on the floor, taking it through to the back line of UK. They got to stop that push penetration to the middle. And I'll tell you, Jeff, you would have told me with 3 minutes and 28 seconds left that Chris Marcus only had 4 shots, and they're still winning this game. I thought you'd be crazy.
Coach Velton told us he's got some players and we're deep. We can play with these guys, and so far what he said has rung true. 32-30, Western leads by 2. Kentucky with outside passing, trying to get it down low. Now Daniels has it, goes right back to Fitch. Now they drop it into Kamara. Kamara, turnaround jumper from 12, no good. Patrick Sparks gets the rebound again.
Wasn't a bad shot, it was a pretty good shot, but the fundamentals here, Western's giving them 1 shot. 1 and done. Good box out by Mike Wells down there.
Kentucky not crashing the board here late in the first half. Sparks almost lost it. Panoff has it. Daniels on him. Nice defense by Daniels. Panoff loves to drive the lane.
Well, you look in this game right now, there's not 1 starter from Western Kentucky on the floor.
Sparks loses. Second time he lost it, and Bogans picks it up. Kentucky a chance to tie or take the lead with the 3. Bogans and Prince. Now to Daniels. He loses it out of bounds, and it'll be Western ball. Pass kind of handcuffed him a little bit.
Little ratty play the last couple possessions up and down the court. Not a whole lot of ball movement on either end of the floor.
One of the things that really worried Tubby last year, Kentucky seemed to start off slow in a lot of their games. Fall behind early and just play great ball in the second half. But he was said, hey, we got to play from the opening tip.
Western's still having problems with that pressure defense. You see Curry split the trap, which is what you're supposed to do, but you got to take a dribble when you split that trap.
That's the 9th turnover now for Western Kentucky. Kentucky still trails by 2.
Still, Chris Marcus back on the bench.
Kentucky hadn't scored in almost 3 minutes now. Marquise Estel into the game. He has it out front, the big fella. He's got a nice jump shot from about 15 in as well. Daniel, Fitch, he'll take the open jumper. That's no good, a little too strong. And Estel over the top. That's a foul. His first.
I don't know if Kentucky's having a problem getting their rhythm. There's been a lot of changes in the lineup, and it's hard to get your momentum sometimes when there's different players playing in the game. The 2 constant, though, the whole first half basically have been Prince and Bogans. So I'd like to see him play a couple of the guys a little bit longer, get them a run, get them in the game, see if they get some flow to their offense.
And Kentucky has 14 points out of Bogans and Prince. Western has had very balanced scoring. Boyden leads them with 11. Western again working on the perimeter. Beadenoff, he's going to drive the lane. The open route to the basket, misses the layup. And then when Beadenoff hit the ball, it went up underneath and hit under the backboard on the underside, and that'll be a turnover, and Kentucky will have it with 1:20 to play. Now, Kentucky working almost now on 4 minutes since their last bucket. Fitch tries to go down low to Prince. He's got it on the baseline. He's got the smaller Wells on him. Tries to drive in, and now they're going to call Wells for a push. That's the 9th team foul, so Prince will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Second foul now on Mike Wells out of Todd County Central. In Guthrie, Kentucky. Back in the game comes Rolls. Also Boyden, and of course Chris Marcus. Prince to the free throw line. He's 1 of 2 tonight. He's got 6 points here in the first half, averaged 16.9 last year, and that one's a little hard. Bogans keeps it alive but knocks it out of bounds. And Western will have a chance to extend their lead again. Kentucky just 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Western is perfect on both their attempts. They're 2 of 2. Curry pulls it out front. Clock winds down inside of a minute. Curry drives. They're going to call a little touch foul. That's going to be on Gerald Fitch. And for Fitch, that's his second foul. And the 7th foul on Kentucky, so that'll put Curry on the free throw line. And Childs is going to come back into the game, and Fitch will take a seat.
Curry, 1 and the bonus.
So Curry goes to the line, 1-1. He's yet to score tonight. It's only taken 1 shot from the field. Of course, they've only had 2 free throw attempts, and they made both of those. Curry's shot, a little short. And Marquise Estel rips it down. He gets it off to Childs, who drops it, but Prince is there to pick it up. 43 seconds, about a 15-second differential in the shot clock and the game clock. Now Bogans drives to the free throw line, kicks it back up. Nobody has scored in 3.5 minutes now. Been a big drought. Now Estel turns, jumper, one hand, no good. Keith Bogans takes a shot, falls out of bounds, but here comes Beatenoff. He sets up from 3, drops it off, that'll be a walk. And Keith Bogans goes right back to Beatenoff and says, hey. Keith Bogans got drilled in the chest by Beatenoff and went down, and he came back and said something to Beatenoff, and Bowden came over to help his teammate. Now they're going to call a technical. It might be on Keith Bogans. But Bogans took a shot under the basket from Beatenoff, and then he came back to Beatenoff. He got right in his face, told him to back off. And then Boyden came over.
David Boyden and Keith Bogan.
And now both of them, Boyden and Bogans, are going to be assessed technicals. And there you see he came back, and there Bowden pushed Bogans, and he pushed back. So technicals on both of those players. And now there's going to be timeout.
Technicals will count for both team fouls and personal.
So personal fouls and technical fouls, and that's what a technical is, a personal foul as well. So each player will get one. And Kentucky will call a timeout to try to settle things down a little bit. So now team fouls, 10 for Western, 8 for the Kentucky Wildcats. There's 19.9 seconds to play in the game, and Kentucky will have the ball with a chance to try to tie things up as they will hold it for the last shot. The Wildcats tonight, 11 of 27, just 2 of 9 from behind the arc. Western, 13 of 28, 4 of 13 from behind the arc. The only thing that's kept Kentucky into the game, 6 of 11 from the free throw line. Western is 2 of 3. So Eric Daniels will take the ball out on the Western end, and Western will press. Kentucky has Prince, Carrier, Bogans, Estel, and Daniels in the game. Boyden, Rolls, Curry, Marcus, and Beatenoff for Western. And Tayshaun Prince, the point forward, will bring it up for Kentucky as the clock gets under 15 seconds. Prince outside, gets it off to Carrier, knocked out of bounds by Curry. So Kentucky, with 9.4 seconds, will now set up a play from the timeline left side, just in front of us. And Bogans will be the trigger man. Tight man-to-man defense for Western. Again, nobody has scored in almost 4 minutes. 5 seconds. Prince to Marquise Estel. 2 seconds. Estel's going to have to get the shot off. He's not going to. He throws it away. And that'll be the end of the half. And Tubby Smith looks very disgusted as he goes off, and Felton has to be happy the way his team has played. For Dennis Felton, Western Kentucky will actually take a lead into the half against the number 3 team in the country. Western leads 32-30. And Steve Wolf getting in position, and he now has Coach Dennis Felton. Steve?
We're here with Coach Dennis Felton. And Coach, you got to look at this. Chris Marcus has 4 shots. You're up by 2 at half.
Well, you know, I knew that Chris wouldn't be at his full strength because it's the first time he's been on the court in about a week, and I'm just happy he's able to play some.
You played 11 players the first half, got everybody in the rotation early.
Yeah, that's the way we are. I mean, we've got a lot of players, a lot of talent, and a lot of depth of talent, and obviously we're far from a one-man team.
Boyden's come up big for you this first half.
Yeah, he's terrific. He's a good complement to our guys that like to bang in the low post because he can shoot.
Good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
We'll be back with more Pizza Hut NABC Classic after this on Fox Sports Now.
The Dodge Durango. It not only hauls almost 4 tons, it's the lowest priced SUV you can get with a V8 engine.
Oh, great. Stuck behind another one of these.
Now get 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR on 2002 Dodge Durango.
You know, my grandfather was a really wise man, and he used to say when things are good, they're going to get worse. And when things are bad, they always get better. That's why this is the best time to buy a new home. Because right now at Holiday Homes with just 3% down and an incredibly low 4.75% interest rate, you can own a spacious new home, including the land and all improvements, taxes and insurance for only $600 a month. You can own the American dream today. Visit a Holiday Home Sales Center or Freedom Home Subdivision today.
This is a time-starved brain reviewing finances. This is Chris's brain reviewing finances. Chris is a Provident personal banker. You get Chris when you invest $10,000 in our premium index money market account. Chris is a trained professional who can give you winning advice on ways to build and protect your wealth. Life's too short to spend it worrying about money. Call or stop by to get a personal banker working for you. Provident Bank.
They're athletes and scholars who've gone the extra mile to make differences in their communities. They are the Wendy's High School Heisman Award finalists. From Reading, Ohio, Tim Coffey has led the charge on and off the field. Tim's the captain of the football team and the track and field team. But his contributions don't stop there. He's also a member of the National Honor Society, and he's a member of the Hamilton County Development Committee. Congratulations, Tim, from Wendy's and Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. We're at the half at the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Western leads the Kentucky Wildcats 32-30. Tonight's NABC Classic is brought to you by Pizza Hut, where every week this fall you can get one of our delicious pizzas for an unbelievable low price. By Dodge, grab life by the horns. By Holiday Homes, the Tri-State's largest supplier of housing. By CHA Health, your kind of people, your kind of care. By Ford, leading the way. And by S&S Tire, the tire store you can trust. Once again, we are at the half. Western leads the Kentucky Wildcats 32-30. We'll be back with the halftime stats and highlights after this on Fox.
It's very clear our love is here to stay.
Heading home for the holidays? For a limited time, take along the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection on any new Chrysler vehicle. Plus, through November 19th, 0% APR on select 2002 models.
We're here. Our love is here to stay. Center total line.
Hey! Come on. Great move. Shoot it, Sanderson. He scores! Yeah!
Excuse me.
If you're visiting Haiti or the Dominican Republic, I have something important to tell you. Pigs there are sick with classical swine fever, and if infected pork products get into the United States, I could get sick too. That's why USDA inspectors are checking every piece of traveler's luggage. If you're pig-headed and try to sneak pork back, it'll be confiscated and you'll be fined. So obey the law, and you'll help keep my pig pals and me healthy and safe.
NFL This Morning. It's the pregame show that's not really a pregame show. Sundays at 10:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. It's game 2 of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Western Kentucky leads the number 3 team in the nation, the Kentucky Wildcats, 32-30. Steve, you surprised?
Well, I'm surprised at how they're leading this team, because they're not doing it with Chris Marcus. They're doing it with Boynton. They're doing it with the other guys, the perimeter players. They're not doing it with the big man in the paint.
Let's take a look at tonight's statistics for the first half. And tonight's halftime statistics are brought to you by Provident Bank, your place for winning advice. Field goal percentage, Kentucky just 40% to 46% from Western. Free throws, only 2 of 3 for Western. It's been Kentucky's Achilles heel, 6 for 11. 3-point shooting, 4-2. But from the bottom down, everything else kind of favors Western.
Well, and I think that the way they're going to come out in the second half, we saw what happened when the underdog came out and really started playing tough. And that's what's going to happen this evening. If UK doesn't get back in the game early, take that first 5 in the second half, they're in for a whale of a ball game against this team.
Now on to tonight's leading scorers, and that is brought to you by CHA Health. Your kind of people and your kind of care. Now, it was the Kentucky bench that was supposed to be so good, but actually Western is leading the Kentucky bench 7-2. Leading scorers, as you said, Boynton with 11 for Western, and for Kentucky, surprised is Marvin Stone?
Well, I'm surprised because, but then again, he's going in and taking it strong to Chris Marcus. He's pointing away from the basket, then taking him back down low. He's got a couple of free throws in there. What they're going to have to do is make sure that Bogans and Prince take over. There's a different set of rules for these guys. These guys are the stars. They have to come out with intensity. My personal opinion, they didn't come up as like Western came out with the aggression and intensity that Western had the first half.
Well, Coach Felton, his kids have matched Coach Smith's kids point for point, and they actually lead by 2. It's going to be a very exciting second half. Western leads the Kentucky Wildcats 32-30. We'll be back with more after this on Fox Sports Net.
It's very clear our love is here to stay.
Heading home for the holidays? For a limited time, take along the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection on any new Chrysler vehicle. Plus, through November 19th, 0% APR on select 2002 models.
We're here. Our love is here to stay.
Somewhere between the 3-course meal they expect and the 0-course meal you feel like cooking is a solution in the form of a telephone. Call Domino's and we'll deliver the meal. Not just pizza. Domino's has spicy buffalo wings, cheesy bread, and even delicious Cinesticks for dessert. Call now. It's your best course of action. Get the door. It's Domino's. Call now and get 2 large 1-topping pizzas for only $13.99. Delivered right to your door for just $13.99. Call Domino's, where delivery is not extra.
This holiday season, the compact Presario 5000 TPC will come bearing gifts, like a free color printer, a $50 instant rebate, and free shipping. Not to mention a powerful Intel Pentium 4 processor and Microsoft Windows XP Home Edition, all for just $849. And you don't even need to travel afar. Call 1-800-332-1878 to buy now. You'll get 1 great PC and 3 great gifts.
And through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Now head home for the holidays in any new Jeep vehicle and take along the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection. Plus, through November 19th, 0% APR on select 02 models.
Pray for the fun
And welcome back to Game 2 of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic from Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Jeff Pecoro and Steve Wolf. 32-30, Western leads the University of Kentucky. Tonight's first half highlights are presented by Damon's. If you've got a passion for great food, come in soon. The grill is on. Let's take a look at these first half highlights. We're going to start with Western.
Well, you can see Rolls coming off the pick, spotting up for the three, got him going early. And then in transition, get the ball after a pressure defense, get the ball to Marcus in the lane, dunks it, and Robinson coming off a back pick, hitting a big two-point jumper on the baseline. Here's Prince, excellent pass inside to Bogus. Not enough of this the first half. And you see Bogus hitting the three, that's almost an NBA three. And then Martin Stone going to the boards, an offensive rebound and a stick back.
Again, for the Wildcats, just 40% shooting through the first half, 22% from behind the arc. Tubby Smith and the boys are going to have to pick it up in the second half. 32-30. Western leads the Kentucky Wildcats at the half of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic from Rupp Arena in Lexington.
Are you ready for the coming snow, sleet, and torrential downpours? We've got 3 words for you. Ford Truck Season. Now, save big on Ford F-150 with 0% financing. That's interest savings of over $3,900. Even get 0 financing on F-Series Super Duty. Plus, buy now and make no payments until March. Ford Truck Season. Now at your Greater Cincinnati Ford dealer.
Hey, what's the matter?
I'm trying to decide about a cash advance. Do I get one, not get one?
First time, huh?
Yeah.
Cashland has a special phone line where you just call in, answer a few questions, and your cash is waiting. Real cash, too, not a check. It couldn't be easier. And no worries about bounce checks, credit card balances, or your credit rating.
Okay, I'll do it.
Attaboy, Tiger. For cash advances, phone in, carry out. Only at Cashland, the cash carry out.
In every human being, there are over 200,000 nerve endings dedicated to taste. Introducing 12 new ways to make every single one of them say, "Oh, yeah." The new menu at Damon's.
That's hot, baby.
The grill is on.
Make the holidays special this year with Kay Jewelers and Fox Sports Net. Watch the Cavs this season and have a shot at winning a $250 gift certificate to Kay Jewelers. All you have to do is drop a postcard in the mail including your name, address, and phone number, and we'll do the rest. During each Cavs telecast from November 7th to December 15th, we'll draw the lucky winner, so don't wait. Make the holidays special this year and get registered for the Fox Sports Net Ultimate Holiday Giveaway. Sponsored by Kay Jewelers and Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Western leads the Kentucky Wildcats 32-30 in Game 2 of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Of course, the winner tonight will go on and take on George Washington in the championship game. The loser will take on Marshall. Let's revisit our Chrysler keys of the game. And Steve, you said early you wanted to take Marcus out of the game for Kentucky. Well, they've done that, yet they're still behind.
Well, they've done that. They've only been they're 50% on their keys. The second key was to recover, and get back. And on the jump shooters are not doing that. Same with Western Kentucky. They were feeding the post, but they only fed it 5 times. Got the ball inside to Marcus, and they've handled the pressure okay. But I think it's more what Kentucky's not doing than what Western is doing.
Well, I think he made a good point early, and we just kind of ran through it. The fact that when you're playing, you like to get in there and get into a little bit of a rhythm. And this has almost been like a chess match between the two coaches. There's constantly somebody at the table getting ready to check in. And talk about how tough that is to get into rhythm when you're constantly coming in and off the floor.
Well, it's really hard. And first and foremost, when you're playing this early in the season, the hardest thing is to get into rhythm offensively. So I think what Western has done very well is they've said, hey, let's play their people back and forth, but they've played excellent defense. Defense will win you games early because you can do that. It's just hard work. It's moving your feet. Offense will come later on. I wouldn't want to play UK in February, March, or April, but right now it's a good opportunity for Western to take advantage of the poor offensive play by the University of Kentucky. And them rotating the guys in and out, they aren't getting any rotation. They're not getting any feel for what's going on.
Steve, the two best players in the Wildcats team are Tayshaun Prince and Keith Bogans. Both of them say they were going to try the NBA draft. They both pulled back. Keith Bogan here talks about playing with his running mate Tayshaun Prince.
It's come through time, though. We've been playing together since my freshman year. I've been on the same team for 3 years now. We pretty much know what to expect from one another, and we just learn how to play with one another.
Be very interesting to see how they come out this second half. Tubby Smith's teams have traditionally here at the University of Kentucky started off slow, and they come on like gangbusters in the second half. See if that holds true today against a very good Western team.
You saw him in the shoot-around. He wasn't very happy this morning.
Well, he knows he's got a very good basketball team. He wants them to practice like champions. Said you play as you practice, and that's why he stays on him. They open up with the three-pointer from Fitch. That's no good. But Marvin Stone gets the rebound and throws it right to Derek Robinson, and we'll go back the other way to Western. Another turnover for the Wildcats.
Marvin Stone, you're under that basket, you're 6'10", you take that ball up strong, I don't care who's guarding you.
Curry goes right by two defenders for Kentucky. Keeping alive on the board is Tayshaun Prince. With Hawkins back in game, he hadn't seen the action since very early in the first half. A quick foul, and he came out. Now they got Bogans open on the wing, but he passes up on the open three. Kentucky is a team that always seems to make that extra pass, Steve.
Well, and I think what they're missing, as they call 3 seconds in the lane, they're missing J.P. Blevins. Yep. J.P. Blevins really took control of that point guard position, won it over Cliff Hawkins, and he's sitting on the bench with a bad ankle, but he could open it up with a three-point jump shot, makes good decisions from the point guard area.
And again, there's another one of those 3-second violations, and Marvin Stone looked down and said, yeah, but I'm inside. No. Remember, it's the NBA lanes. As Marcus's jump shot way off the mark, thought he was fouled. As he looks back, the referee says, hey, he got me on the arm. He says, nope, play strong, big man. 12 turnovers for Kentucky now, 2 this half. And we've only played 1 minute and 5 seconds.
Neither team has come out of the gates early in the second half, showing what they're ready to do.
For Kentucky, you got to believe they want Bogans and Prince to touch it a couple times. Prince fires up a jumper. It was way strong that time. And again, Steve, this is the first game that Kentucky has played here that means anything. They've only played in this arena. This is the 3rd game this year. They only practice here 1 time before each game. So the 6th time these guys have been on this floor as Boyden hits the turnaround.
Well, and it's the same for Western, too. You got to realize, I think that Western's having problems with that 3. They're starting to get the ball inside a little bit more to Boyden. Now UK has to realize we're going to live and die with that 3. Get the ball inside. Let Stone take you to the promised land. He's hot. He's shooting well. Get the ball into Stone.
First foul on Curry as he tried to cut off his man and was late getting there. There's Fitch. Had the open shot. Had a thought about it. Pulled it back down. Trying to look inside. Oh, nice steal by Curry. He'll have an open route to the basket, and he lays it up. Fouled hard by Bogans. Crashed into the basket support. Curry gets up a little slow. It's going to be the 2nd foul now on Bogans.
Maybe they'll get Kentucky a little riled up a little bit. Bogans sprinted a dead sprint to catch up with Curry, who's one of the fastest guys in the country. Watch Bogans track him down and get a block. He fouled him, but I think he's making a statement saying, hey, we got to start getting up and down this court and start playing like number 3 team in the country.
He fouled him hard. It wasn't an intentional foul. He went for the ball. It was a hard swipe. And he went right across Corey's forearm, and Dennis Felton wanted an intentional foul as he's pleading his case with the officials. Western leads it by 4, make it 5 as Curry drops one in. It's first point of the game for Renardo Curry.
Curry's an excellent defender, and Hawkins and everybody in that lane have to watch out because he's got quick hands, and he'll reach and grab. Those little guys get away with murder in that paint.
Curry drops them both in, and Western out to a 6-point lead on the Wildcats, 36-30.
Well, Western's doing it with good defense.
Kentucky looks a little out of sync on the offensive end as Stone throws up a jumper. And they're going to call a foul on the floor.
Robinson didn't make the rotation quick enough. Didn't get position.
Big foul there. That's the 3rd foul on Derek Robinson, the kid from Bourbon County, Paris, Kentucky, right down the road from Lexington. 3 big fouls on Robinson.
Go back inside to Stone again.
They continue to look inside, but Big man for Western. Marcus moves everybody out. Finch sees that he's out of there, and he drives the lane and laid it in.
That was a good move, the old-fashioned move. Little pick and roll, stone roll. But Hawkins took it straight to the basket. Nice move.
He saw that Marcus went out of there with Stone. It left the middle open, and Hawkins drove right to the lane. Boyden very short on that three-point attempt. Now they get it ahead to Tayshaun Prince. Takes it with the left hand. It's no good.
Well, that was not a good shot by Boyden. We all know long rebounds from long jump shots. He started the fast break for UK. Got it out to Prince.
2 fouls on Boyden, so now the fouls are starting to mount. That's 3 team fouls in 2 minutes and 47 seconds here into the second half. Tayshaun Prince at the line. He'll get 2.
Kentucky will release early when they see a three-point jumper go up because they know it's going to be a long rebound. And it gets them out in transition early.
Tayshaun Prince was 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Now he's 2 of 4, so 50%. Sparks back in the game.
Handoff came in for Boyden.
Handoff in as well. Second one good by Prince, so he knocks them both down, and it's a 2-point Western lead.
Pressure by the Wildcats. Western had problems with the pressure early on, but now this is man-to-man. Just a little token man-to-man pressure.
Hawkins, possibly the quickest Wildcat on the floor right now. Good man-to-man defender. Kentucky stepped up the pressure defense. Really inside the shirts of Western now. Handoff has a thought. Now he does fire the 3, and he knocks it down. Big shot by Pandoff.
But Pandoff wasn't really sure. I think Prince backed off because he looked like he wasn't sure. Then he nailed it.
Kid sat out last year. He's a sophomore, but he knocked that one down. He just stepped right up and fired it in. And again, it's a Western 5-point lead, and they've got the ball again.
Handoff came down the other end, played very good defense on Prince. Forced Prince to take a bad shot.
Kentucky presses again, but Curry breaks it easily. Rolls 3, no good. Little too hard. Handoff with the rebound. Little jump hook, it's good.
He's giving him some good minutes. He's giving Coach Felton an offensive stick back, a 3. You love that kind of bench production.
Steve, if you're Tubby Smith, is this good for your team to be tested like this?
Well, it's never good to lose. But I'll tell you what, they're getting tested right now. They have to get under control. They're missing, I feel, their leader, J.P. Blevins, to calm these guys down and to start over. Get the ball inside. Talk to Prince, talk to Bogans. They can't lead from the forward position. You lead from the guard position.
Big foul on Chris Marcus, his second, and Chris is going to come out of the game. So Marcus comes out, and he takes a seat, and now Western decidedly smaller with him out of the game. Williams comes in for him. Nate Williams is 6'8". Bogan, jumper, no good. Rebound. Goes off of Hayes' hand. He's held from behind. Tubby can't believe they didn't call it as Hayes almost got his jersey ripped off. But it'll be Western's ball, their biggest lead of the game. Western leads Kentucky 41-34, 15:56 to play in the basketball game. We'll be back with more after this on Fox Sports Net.
Recently, at this quiet, unassuming little Pizza Hut, an interesting pizza discovery took place. Whoa! We've created the new Ultimate Lovers Pizzas from Pizza Hut. Our Lovers Pizzas now with 6 kinds of luscious cheese and 6 different kinds of seriously satisfying meat toppings, or 5 garden veggies, or 2 layers of zesty pepperoni. And you'll discover it's not $12.99, it's only $8.99. $8.99. The new Ultimate Lovers Pizzas, only from Pizza Hut. For only $2 more, make your Ultimate Lovers Pizza a large. Yep, you heard me, a large.
You see that? That was from my boy. Check it out, watch.
We're a couple. Eddie, he's a good guy. Look what he got me. We're tight.
See what I'm writing? It's all about control.
Have either of you ever taken an HIV test?
Taking an HIV test? Nah. I don't need to take one of those. That doesn't affect me right now. This is what I'm worrying about.
Take the test. Take control. June 27th is National HIV Testing Day.
See the games. Feel the tradition. Hear the stories. From the men who made it happen.
It was traditional smash mouth football.
and Ohio State played it as well or better than anyone.
In my judgment, it is the greatest football rivalry in the country.
This is not just a football game. This is war.
Buckeye Classics on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. It's the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Don't forget, tomorrow it's day 2 of the NABC Classic, starting at 6 o'clock. Stay tuned. Immediately following the game, it's the Ohio Sports Report.
Western Kentucky's 3 of 7 in the start of the second half, and Kentucky is 1 for 5, still struggling to find the range.
Halcomb now into the game, gives him a little bit of a presence inside. Big kid at 6'10", but only 225 pounds. He's out of Bowling Green.
Handoff
using the glass.
He has really given them a spark. We said how athletic he is. Took it strong inside. Can't find an answer for him.
Handoff has made the last 3 buckets for Western, including the 3 in there. And it's a 9-point lead as Prince drives. A left-handed runner's no good. Stone battles inside. Cliff Hawkins comes up with it. Now it's battled for still. We have a jump ball. Hawkins and Halcomb. Tell you what, Hawkins is a battler in there.
Well, at both sides, you got Curry and Hawkins. I wouldn't want to try to get between them. But both these teams are going hard at it, but Western's just stepping it up a notch as far as intensity. Getting on that floor. They had 2 guys on the floor.
Dennis Felton, his assistants, Pete Herman, Ken McDonald, Burt Tucker, all urging on their team. On the Kentucky bench, pretty calm is Mike Sutton. Of course, David Hobbs and Reggie Sutton as David Hobbs is up yelling. And a jump ball again, and don't forget the experimental rules on tied up balls. They will jump it.
I love these jump balls. Everybody fighting for position. I forgot all about.
There's no circle anymore, so the guys are just kind of lined up anywhere. Staggered Stone. Cliff Hawkins actually got the tip. This is unbelievable. Bench scoring tonight. Western 14 points. Kentucky just 2 points from the much ballyhoo bench of the Wildcats. Hawkins drives in. The left-handed runner falls.
He's trying as hard as he can to fire up this team.
Rolls on the other and 3, in and out. But Marcus is right there, and he's fouled from behind by Hayes. Hayes thought he had a clean swipe.
Well, you can see the whole game plan of Western is saying, I'm not, you hit me with a punch, I'm coming back with 2. They get the rebound, take the ball out of the basket, run down, transition, get the jump shot. They have Marcus on the break.
There's the inbounds, and they'll pull it out and rolls. We'll start things all over again as he pulls it out top. 14:35 to play, and Western still with the big cushion. 23-36.
Kentucky into a 2-3 zone. Trying to find something to work defensively against this squad.
Marcus moves underneath against Stone and couldn't move him out of the way. Shot hit the bottom of the board. Hawkins had a thought from 3 steps inside. Jumper no good. Rebound battled for by 2 Wildcats, and Curry comes away with it. Pulls away and lays it in.
Well, when Hawkins took the jumper, he's got to sprint back. He's the point guard. He has to stop the defense. Start the defense for the Wildcats.
Prince is short again. Today in the shoot-around, everything he shot was short. He was really on himself, and it's carried over to tonight.
He's not following through on his jump shot. He's going up tentatively, and he's not taking balanced shots.
Good crowd tonight, over 23,000, of course, a sellout, but a strong contention from Western, and they are cheering strong for their team, and that's going to be a foul on number 30, Nate Williams, a 6'8", 240-pound junior. It's his 2nd foul.
It's a good way of getting a rebound if you can climb a guy's back. He had both hands on him.
Jared Fitch comes back in. He broke his nose in that first exhibition game, and he said, hey, I'm just playing. He doesn't wear a mask. Doesn't have any type of tape on. He's out there playing.
Well, I think when Blevins is out, that hurts Fitch because they have to come and respect Fitch's jump shot, and that Blevins' jump shot, and that gets Fitch open. But the whole dimension changes when you lose your starting point guard. Although Hawkins has done an admirable job tonight.
So now Kentucky goes with Hayes, Estill, and Prince on the back line, along with Fitch and Bogans. Now is still out front. It's off to Fitch, and it's stolen away by Rolls. Rolls and Bogans. He goes up, plays it in.
That was excellent anticipation. They obviously did some scouting found out what plays UK runs. Very easy. You got to look before you pass the ball.
Biggest lead of the game is now 11, and Tubby Smith rips off his jacket. He is not happy with the way his team's playing, but boy, you really got to give it up for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Pandoff and Sparks, Halcomb, they're dealing with their reserves, Nate Williams. And Rolls into the game for Western. Fitch all the way around the defense, trying to do too much on his own. Back we go the other way. Sparks lose. That's going to be a double dribble. Keith Bogan's the leading scorer on this team last year. Has not scored since 9:18 mark of the first half.
Well, they have a lot of players that they can put in there. But at this stage of the game, Prince and Bogans, they're your money players. And whether they take it off the dribble or they set up plays for them, Prince has got to take better shots. Bogans has got to take shots.
Yeah, period. Derek Robinson back in the game for Western. Tubby Smith again up urging his team on. Now Jules Kamara back in the game. Very talented youngster who missed all of last season at 6'11". And a bad pass by Fitch. It was tipped by Sparks. It'll stay Kentucky ball.
With that double low post with Estel and Kamara, they do have the size advantage, but they have to make sure when they get the ball into them, if they're not open, dump it back out for the open three-pointer. But also, when they get it down low, try to take it strong to the basket because the big man's not in there for Western.
Hawkins back in for Fitch. Hawkins sets things up at the point. 15 on the shot clock on the tip. There was no reset. So Bogans drives inside. He's fouled as he went up strong to the hole. If that's on Robinson, that's going to be 4. Nope, it's on Pandoff. That's his third.
What Western is doing every time the Wildcats drive to the lane, they're going for the ball. Their arms and their hands are moving. They're reaching in. When you take the ball down low to drive, they're grabbing it, grabbing the ball. Got to protect the ball.
When Kentucky drives, it seems like there's 6 or 7 red shirts in there. They all collapse into the lane. This could be Bogan's first point since the first half, and he misses.
Well, make no mistake about it. This is a big, big game for Western, and they've come out and they've met the challenge. Now the Kentucky Wildcats have to defend their turf. This is their state, as far as they're concerned. They have to defend their turf.
6 Kentucky players on this Western Kentucky roster, and Bogans misses both. But the rebound is controlled by Kentucky. Hawkins had an open 3, but passes on it. Not a great three-point shooter. Bogans, now Hayes, got his man in the air, but he walked.
Western is playing absolutely great defense, switching and hedging, helping out Wheatside. Doing a very good job defensively.
47-36 is your score with 11:59 to play in this basketball game. Western on top of the Kentucky Wildcats. We'll be back with more of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic after this.
Now get 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR on 2002 Dodge Ram.
No one knows exactly how man discovered fire. Whether it was lightning hitting a tree or rubbing 2 sticks together. But we do know that 10 minutes later, he discovered meat. The new menu at Damon's. That's hot, baby. The grill is on.
Changing your healthcare plan can be a good thing. You'll look for a wide network of caring doctors and more hospitals for more choices. Without referrals, access is easier than ever when you see a specialist in CHA Health's network. You're also backed by a team of people who are focused on great service. You'll find it all at CHA Health. Your kind of people, your kind of care. CHA Health. Change is in the air.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. It's the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Western leads Kentucky 47-36. And don't forget, coming up immediately following the game, it's the Ohio Sports Report. Wrap up of both games. Cincinnati Bearcat Hoop Preview. Cards tried for a title. That much more after the game. Turnovers been the difference. Kentucky's got 5 in the second half to 2 for Western. 4 points off those turnovers for Western. Western led by 2 at the half, 32-30. They're on a 15-6 run here in the second half. And Keith Bogans makes the steal, almost throws away, but picks it back up.
Well, Williams drove the lane, lost his headband. Couldn't see where he was going.
I'll tell you what, Jules Kamara just looks lost out there. I mean, he got the ball down on the block, had a clear baseline, and instead of going up strong to the basket, he looked to pass it away. He was 6 feet away, and instead of going to the hole, Steve, he looked to pass.
Well, at this stage of the game, it is utter chaos on the Kentucky Wildcat half-court offense. They're not executing, and they're thinking too much down here instead of just playing naturally.
Well, Derek Robinson back in the game. Western leads it by 11, and Robinson has it out front. Goes off to Williams. They try to go down low to Marcus. Ball's on the ground, and it's taken away by Jules Kamara. Gives it off to Cliff Hawkins, and Hawkins will start the offense. They better get it in gear quick. They're down 11, and there's only 11 minutes to play. Hayes came over the top. There'll be a foul.
Foul on Hawkins. Looks like an offensive foul.
On Bogans. Call that one on Bogans, number 10. That's his 3rd foul. And again, Western with a chance to extend that lead even more.
So Western's in control right now. They need every possession to make sure it counts because Kentucky's going to make a run. They just haven't made it yet. They're going to make a run, and Western has to stave this run off.
And that's the man that Western's going to ride home. Chris Marcus on the inside, lays it up and in. That gives him 8. He's going to the free throw line to try to get 3 the hard way.
Watch this. This guy is as big as 2 people. He goes around, he turns the corner. Estelle hit him on the top side, but by the time the big guy turned around, he was a body and a half around him.
Chris Marcus, his first attempts at the free throw line tonight. He'll get 1. A 13-point lead, 8 points and 4 rebounds. He averaged 12 rebounds a game last year. Led the nation in rebounding. Free throws a little hard, and Prince is right there. Jeez. Top of the block to pull that one down.
He's going to need to pull those rebounds down. The next 10 minutes, they're going to have a problem here at Rupp Arena.
Yeah, it's like the fans here sitting on their hands waiting for the Wildcats to make their run, and it hasn't come so far. Hawkins looks and drives all the way in. Nice dish inside as Marcus Estelle misses the easy chippy. He's fouled from behind.
The only forward penetration this half has come when Cliff Hawkins takes the ball to the lane. Makes an excellent pass. These guys aren't going to the basket. You can't worry about how big Chris Marcus is. You have to take it strong.
Nice pass by.
Nice pass.
But you gotta finish.
That's a 3-point play.
You gotta finish. Estelle hits the first free throw. It's his first point of the night.
I wouldn't want to try to keep track of all the lineup changes that both sides have had. We thought it would only be Kentucky, but Western has changed the lineup almost every 3rd time down.
Wildcats just 1 and 2 from the free throw line. Sparks brings it up with a 12-point Western lead, 49-37.
I look for Western just to really pound the ball inside. Just go after the big guy inside.
Bandoff slipped a little bit, took an extra step as he tried to get under control, and another turnover for Western. That gives them 5 now in the second half. 7 for the Wildcats of Kentucky. And now the crowd tries to urge on the Wildcats.
Kentucky needs a nice play to the basket, maybe a 3-point jump shot or a 3 the old-fashioned way down low to get them going here.
Tubby wants Hawkins to penetrate. He does. It dishes it off to Kamara. Jules Kamara gets his first bucket of the game.
Excellent penetration by Hawkins. The only guy going up and down and going vertical into the lane.
Kamara cuts it to 10, and now the crowd is back into the game. Sparks tries to quell it with a 3. That's no good. Bandoff with the rebound. Sticks a shoulder inside, loses it out of bounds. And a that's Western basketball. Last touch by the Wildcats down on the baseline, and Curry comes in the game for Sparks.
That was good ball movement. Sparks took the shot. I think the adrenaline got to him a little bit long.
How
but
big would that three have been if he'd have knocked that one?
Well, I'll tell you, it was a great offensive rebound by Pamela.
Curry gets it into Marcus. Boy, who'd have thought they would be in the position they are with just 8 points from their big man, Chris Marcus. And that's a third foul now on Gerald Fitch.
And it's not that Marcus isn't playing well. He's only touched the ball 7, 8 times. He's only has 7 shots.
That's only the 5th foul on Kentucky, so Western will get it out on the side. Western already has 17 fouls, so Kentucky's already in the bonus. And now Rolls will inbound it for the Hilltoppers.
This will be a big stop for the Wildcats if they can shut them down on this possession. Cut that lead under 10.
Rolls, Panoff loves to drive into the lane. No good. Marcus, no good. But he gets it back again, lays it up. Kamara with the block. And they're going to call a foul on Jules Kamara. Tubby Smith wanted a charge on Panoff as he went flying into the lane. Didn't get it.
Well, you watch Chris Marcus. That ball was hovering around the rim. The one thing Pete Herman told me about Chris Marcus is he doesn't reach. He goes after everything with 2 hands. You see here, tipped it once, then 2 hands, gets it, takes it strong.
Actually, they called the foul on Tayshaun Prince, and Marcus is at the free throw line. He missed his last attempt and only attempt of the game as Western leads by 10 and will have 2 here. And he misses.
Depending on his stamina, he sat out most of the first half. He hasn't played that many minutes, so he should be ready to go to the second half down low. Struggle at the free throw line.
Western now 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Kentucky 9 of 17. Just over 50% for the Wildcats. And he makes the second. So 1 of 2 for Marcus, and it's again an 11-point lead. With now 9 minutes to play. They go right inside to Stone, kicks it back to Prince, got his man in the air. Out of Kamara, back to Prince again, a little 2-man game. Hard again with the jumper. Saved by, Andrew stays out of bounds. So Derek Robinson tried to save it, but he stepped out of bounds, and Kentucky will get a fresh shot clock with 8:55 to go. Prince just is not in a rhythm shooting the ball, Steve.
He's not pulling the trigger. That was a good shot. Nice pump fake.
Oh, nice leap by Kamara inside, and he was fouled from behind by Marcus, and he can't believe it. But did you see the hops on Kamara as he went up to get that one?
I thought he was going to take it all in one motion. Against a big guy like this, you don't give him a chance to react. And he went up strong. You give the big guy a chance to come back. You just got to try to throw it down when you're up in the air that high. I don't think he can grab it and gather himself.
It's almost like a praying mantis as he just uncoiled and went up and got that one, pulled it down, and then one motion went right back to the basket. Marcus fouled him from behind, and Kamara, nice touch from the free throw line as he hits there. It's his first free throw of the game, and he knocks it down.
Kamara's almost 7 feet. He needs to use his finesse around Chris Marcus. He's going to be a big factor in this last 8 minutes of play.
Kentucky now is chipped away, and they've got it under 10. It's now a 9-point Western lead. But Kentucky just 11 points in the second half, and it's 50-41. Robinson comes in. Loose ball picked up by Curry, and Curry laid it in.
Well, that was just a tough break for Hawkins. He stole the ball, and then Curry happened to be under the basket, just picked it up and laid it in.
Hawkins' jumper's no good. Stone keeps it alive, but he knocks it right to Rolls. And here we go again. Curry running Western down, and now they slow it down. Phelps says, no, let's slow it up. Run the offense.
That's a nail in your coffin. Your point guard has got to gather himself and set the guys up. He just didn't do that. Aaron shot.
Handoff wants to take Kamara into the hole. Now he does. Lays it up. No good. Nice block out by Marvin Stone as Tayshaun Prince gets the rebound. Prince is going to go coast to coast. Takes it by himself and lays it in. No call underneath, and Prince is hurt. Tayshaun Prince crashed to the floor. He wanted a 3-point play. He went down hard. Right on his side. I think he just lost his breath under there as the trainers come rushing out to the floor. Stevie took a hard spill.
Well, he took it strong to the basket in transition. And I'll tell you what, I hope he's not hurt.
We'll be back with the final 8 minutes after this on Fox Sports Net.
A storm is brewing. First start, Cyclones hockey is back and harder hitting than ever. The Cyclones are in town this weekend. And if you're looking for an exciting, entertaining night out, come downtown and check out the Clones.
Tickets on sale now.
Hoops hysteria is breaking out. All the action from the opening round of the NABC Classic, plus bad news for the Cleveland Browns on the injury front. Doug Deacon will join us to analyze the Ravens game tonight after the game on the OSR.
If you have a stroke,
I called right away.
you have 60 minutes to win or lose the race of your life. With every second, a stroke can kill a part of your brain that may control movement, sight, or speech. Now there are new treatments, but you must get to a hospital fast. If you suddenly feel numbness on one side, have trouble talking, walking, or seeing, it could be a stroke. Call 911. If you have a stroke, how you spend the next 60 minutes could determine how you spend the rest of your life.
Come on and feel the love for the guys.
Introducing the best damn sports show, period.
Here are the rules. There are no rules.
A three-ring circus of ex-jocks and comedians where anything goes.
Hey, Mike, better load up on the Michael Jordan cologne because the Wizards stink.
It's 90 minutes of comedy, commentary.
Michael Jordan is still the best player in the NBA.
And all the scores and highlights you can possibly stand.
It's not sex, but it's close.
Tonight at 11:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Here is the last play that Tayshaun Prince took it coast to coast, and watch as he comes down hard. He goes up with the left hand, it's extended, and he comes right down on his upper back, and you see he's smart enough to call timeout before Western can inbound it, and he just tried to recoup himself down there. Kentucky in the second half, 4 of 15 from the field. Western 8 of 19, and Prince will take a blow. 10 points and 6 rebounds.
Looks like he got the wind knocked out, and sometimes you come down on your back. Elbow hits you in the gut, knocks you down a little bit.
7:56 to play. Western leads 52-43. I'm Jeff Pecora along with Steve Wolf at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Game 2 of the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. And Keith Bogans, the leading scorer on this Wildcat club from a year ago, has not scored since 9:18 of the first half. Amazing.
Another new lineup in for Western Kentucky with Marcus on the bench.
Rolls again, fires, no good. Rebound, Gerald Finch. For a guard, invaluable as a rebounder. Bogans, cross-court, Daniels, open jumper, no good, real short. Stone keeps it alive, but Williams is able to pull it down, and Kamara comes over the top.
Western Kentucky's doing a very good job on the defensive end. As we've said the whole game, they're boxing out very, very strong. Even when the big guy's not in the game, you know, a lot of times when a big guy's in the game, you forget to box out because you know he's going to get the rebounds. But this smaller lineup has done an excellent job keeping the Wildcats off the board.
Here's Tubby Smith. That man right there is Dennis Felton, the head man for Western Kentucky, as Williams strolls to the free throw line. No points tonight, 2 rebounds. Tayshaun Prince comes back in the lineup, and he'll replace Jules Kamara. They almost see eye to eye, those two. Kamara as center, Prince to play 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Well, this is Prince time again. That last drive to the basket, he's got to do more of that. His shot isn't going. He's got to recognize that as a upperclassman, as a senior captain. He's to take that ball straight to the basket.
Nice stroke by Williams there. Nice rotation on his ball. Second one's on the way, and that's in and out. So 1 of 2 for Williams. And Western holds a 10-point lead over the Kentucky Wildcats with about 7 minutes to go in this basketball game. Now Bogans working out front. Hasn't scored in a long time. Finch looking down low for Prince. He's going to take Panoff right to the basket and use the glass.
And that's what he has to do. The last 2 plays, Prince has touched the ball and scored both inside the paint.
Now let's see if Western can answer as Kentucky cuts it to 8. Curry looking to go inside. Now Pandoff rolls. Pandoff is a nice compliment to the big man Marcus inside. Now Williams turnaround. Boy, that's a funky looking shot he's got. And Stone kind of gets undercut by Robinson as he fell to the ground.
I hope he lost the handle on that turnaround jump shot, because it definitely was not an orthodox shot.
That's going to be the 4th foul on Derek Robinson, and that's big. Derek Robinson 5 points in the game, but he's played very good. He's a senior out of Paris, Kentucky. Went to Bourbon County High School.
You can see what these guys do. Western Kentucky, they had Robinson down low boxing out Stone. So they're all going to the boards. That's why Kentucky's having problems on the offensive end, because they're going to the board strong. And that's why Western's having good success on their offensive end, because everybody going to the board strong.
Bourbon County High School was coached for a long time by Russ Day. Great high school coaches here in Kentucky. There's a miss. Daniels knocked it out of Marcus's hand, but it goes right back to Western, and Curry brings it up again. 8-point lead. That was a big chance for Kentucky to cut into it a little bit.
With 6 minutes to go, it's going to be the All-Americans time. It's going to be Marcus for Western Kentucky. It's going to be Prince for the Wildcats.
Nice turnaround, but it won't fall for Marcus, and they're going to call a foul on Pandoff on the rebound. You can't believe it. That's 4 on Pandoff.
Well, the way UK is shooting free throws, the Wildcats are struggling. The fouls are not, it's not hurting the Hilltoppers.
So Pandoff has 4, Robinson has 4, and it looks like Boyden's going to come back in. 6'8" junior, he's got a couple fouls as well. If Hawkins is going to come in too, and they'll have to wait. As Daniels gets 2 free throws because now it's the double bonus. 10 fouls on Western. Look at the difference in free throws.
Eric Daniels from Princeton High School in Cincinnati, Ohio. Played for former Knickerbocker player Paul Andrews. They are struggling mightily at the free throw line.
21, Steve.
Well, they shot 65% last year, and that's with an 85% free throw shooter in Prince on their roster.
Well, Daniels hits 1 of 2.
The good thing for Kentucky is they're chipping away 1 point at a time because Western Kentucky is not scoring on the offensive end.
It's a 7-point lead for Western right now as they get it into Curry. That's the guy you want the ball in his hands. Curry breaks the press on his own. Breaks down Hawkins there and gets it back to Sparks. It's going to take some time off the clock as Sparks brings it back out. 5:56 to play now, so inside is 6 minutes to play. Western clinging to a 53-46 lead. Now they get Marcus free inside Stone. Good foul. Marcus would have easily put that one in.
That was a great pass by Sparks in the corner. He knew when he got, before he got that ball, before he received it, that he was throwing that ball inside because he knew if Marcus had Stone on his back. Quick reversal, do it in quick.
Steve, you watch the footwork of Marcus as he worked his way around to get position on Stone to accept that pass. Good footwork that time.
Well, and they recognize in this last 6 minutes, he's going to touch the ball a lot.
Marcus 1 of 3 from the free throw line, so 33% for the game. He's got 9 points, 8 rebounds. Free throws up and in and out. It won't fall. So Marcus now 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Still stuck on 9 points. Both of these teams.
Tough early going for free throw shooters in this game tonight.
Second free throw's up, and that's hard. Fitch, nice block out on Marcus. That's what you're taught to do. Second man in, block out the shooter. So Kentucky a chance to cut it to 5.
Need to go back at Prince again, get him the ball again, or get the ball inside the Stone.
Stone wanted it. Bogans, Fitch, he'll fire. That's going to be short. Coming off, Boyden with the long rebound. They get it off to Sparks and back to Curry, and he'll walk it up and take some more time off the clock.
Western hasn't had a bucket in quite some time. If they're going to win this game, they're going to have to score again other than from the foul line.
Inside, battling for position. They're going to call it on Marvin Stone. He was just trying to get low, and that's going to be his 3rd.
Well, what happens when you have Marcus down low and you have Boyden coming off, try to give a hand's worth of help. I think he gave both hands that time.
Marcus goes back to the free throw line again. He's 1 for 5. He just missed his last 2 just a few seconds ago. Right back to the free throw line again. Good crowd on hand tonight. Nice contingent of Western fans here. Marcus gets the shooter's roll that time as he rolls it in.
He's going to be a good pro. He's going to have to shoot that free throw a little bit better. Last year he shot 56% from the field, but only 64% from the line. And as you can see, he's 2 of 6 tonight. That's not going to cut it the next level.
Second free throw on the way, and that's good, right on the money.
Unless you're Shaq, I'm sorry. Unless you're Shaq, I guess it.
Well, Marcus has the ability to hit the weight room and be all, close to Shaq.
He's only played, this is his 4th year of organized basketball. So he's a heck of a talent.
And as big as he is, he's still about 70 pounds smaller than Shaquille O'Neal.
I just hope he doesn't rap.
Marvin Stone with a nice move to the basket, misses. Bogan's double pumps, blocked by Marcus. And Sparks comes up with it. Sparks splits defenders and pulls it back out. Great move that time by Sparks. He'd have gone to the basket, he'd have been knocked out of there easily.
Well, Bogan's at 6'3", 6'4", is not going to be a match inside for 7'1". Chris Marcus. You're better off taking that ball back around.
They go back inside to Marcus again. He'll work his way inside. Stone, turnaround jumper, short. Rebound, put back up and in by Boyden. What a big basket for Western Kentucky's David Boyden.
Well, everybody's trying to help out on Chris Marcus. When you leave your man, you have to recover. Go back and find him to box him out.
4 minutes to play, and Western's lead is back to 11. Only 46 points for the Wildcats. Bogan's 3 on the way. No good. Air ball. Fitch with the rebound. Back to Prince. Nice cutter by Bogans. Lays it up. No good. Rebound. Battle for Bogans. Pulls it down out of bounds. It'll be Kentucky's ball.
That was a great pass by Prince. Although Bogans missed it, it was a great pass by Prince. He could have shot the 3, but he took the easy one inside.
3:50 to play. Western leads by 11. 57-46. We'll be back with the exciting finish after this.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Now head home for the holidays in any new Jeep vehicle and take along the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection. Plus, through November 19th, 0% APR on select O2 models.
Hooray for the fun, is the pudding done? Hooray for the pumpkin pie.
You know, S&S Tire sells tires for cars like this, and even this. Right now, you can buy 4 Bridgestone Insignias for only $119. You can even take them for a free 30-day test fit. S&S Tires, Kentucky's #1 tire store with the largest selection of brand-name tires you can trust from the tire store you can trust since 1974. As the largest Bridgestone dealer in North America, no one can offer you a lower price. The distinction is Bridgestone. S&S Tire, the tire store you can trust.
It's very clear our love is here to stay.
Heading home for the holidays? For a limited time, take along the security of 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection on any new Chrysler vehicle. Plus, through November 19th, 0% APR on select 2002 models.
We're here. Our love is here to stay.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena, Lexington, Kentucky. Western leads Kentucky 57-46 in the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Hey, coming up on Saturday on Fox Sports Net, the Columbus Blue Jackets take it south to battle the Nashville Predators. Watch Blue Jackets Icebreaker with Jeff Hogan and Jim Day at 6:30, followed by the Face-Off at 7 right here on Fox Sports Net. Be sure to check your local listings. And Kentucky will get the ball out under the basket. Marcus doing some net tending, just reaches up and fixes it. Bad pass on the inbounds. Cliff Hawkins wasn't ready for it. Hit him right in the belly, but it was knocked out of bounds by Sparks. And if he'd have been ready, Chris Marcus was caught sleeping there. He'd have had an easy layup. That was left-handed too.
That was a play called out of the timeout. Yeah. You hate to see a miscue like that. Rebounding, it's both teams knotted at 35, but Kentucky has 15 offensive rebounds to 11 for Western. And they're still down by 11, so that just tells you they're struggling inside.
Second chance points tonight. Kentucky with 9, Western with 7. Kentucky will get it out on the side. It's a little bit of wetness right inside the free throw line as they try to fix up Dennis Felton, sweating a little bit, trying to sweat out a victory as Western leads it by 11, and Tubby's already taking off the jacket. He's to shirt sleeves. Next to go is going to be the tie.
Well, this is a critical area right now for Kentucky. With 3.5 minutes to play in the game, being down 11, every possession is critical. They have to make sure they capitalize on it, and a 3 would be nice.
Marvin Stone had to come out of the game. It's some blood in his mouth, and so Jules Kamara comes in for him. A little bit of a cut there. Kentucky has to score, and they got to score quickly. And Hawkins, they said his foot was on the line. It's just a 2.
Well, but at least it's a jumper. It means there's no tipping ring on that rim.
One of those rims you get at the fair when you're trying to hit those little
they're struggling.
Baskets. 57-48, 9-point lead. Cats are struggling mightily on the offensive end.
You know where Western's going to go.
Yep.
They're looking right inside every time.
Right back to Marcus, and Kamara goes up with him, but they're going to say he got him with the body.
That was good defense by Kamara, but it can show you how strong Chris Marcus is. He went up. Jules blocked the shot, and he still took it strong to the hole.
Second foul on Kamara.
See in the lane? He goes up with him. He did a little bit of hit his left hand on there on the way up. Real strong defense by Kamara.
Marcus struggled from the line tonight. 3 of 7, 3 of 8. That was short. Stone will come right back in, and Kamara will take a seat. Marvin has played inspired basketball tonight against Chris Marcus. 8 rebounds, so he's 4 shy of his season average of a year ago when he led the nation with 12. Second free throw up, and that's good. So Marcus makes it a 10-point lead with 3:13 to play. Hawkins looking to go inside to Stone. Now he goes to Prince. Has a little bit of a lane, lays it in for Marvin Stone, and he lays it up and in.
That was all Cliff Hawkins. Took it straight. He is the one guy that is not playing scared. These guys are playing to keep from losing. Hawkins is penetrating and dishing off. Excellent pass to Stone.
For Western, you want to run some clock, and for Kentucky, you need a stop.
Western needs to make sure they get a shot at the basket. Even if they run the clock out, that's better than the turnover.
First basket this half by Stone, and Curry turns it over. Right into Prince on the baseline. Good help defense by Prince.
That's exactly what you don't want. You don't want the turnover. Run the clock. At least get a shot. Now, for Kentucky, they have to get in that offense very quick.
Tubby wants a timeout. He wants to set something up. Down by 8 with 2:32 to play. Not a whole lot of time for the Wildcats. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. He wants to get, as you said, just get some type of flow on the offensive end. They've only had Cliff Hawkins running the offense.
Well, and I'll tell you what, 58-50.
58-50 with 2:32 to play. We'll be back with more after this.
Now get 7-year or 100,000-mile powertrain protection and 0% APR on 2002 Dodge Ram.
Hey, what's the matter?
I'm trying to decide about a cash advance. Do I get one, not get one?
First time, huh?
Yeah.
Cashland has a special phone line where you just call in, answer a few questions, and your cash is waiting. Real cash, too, not a check. It couldn't be easier. And no worries about bounce checks, credit card balances, or your credit rating.
Okay, I'll do it.
Attaboy, Tiger. For cash advances, phone in, carry out. Only at Cashland, the cash carry out.
Who are the latest injury victims for the Browns? Answers after the game on the OSR.
Well, Cliff Hawkins has run the point well tonight for the Wildcats, and here he makes a beautiful dish to Marvin Stone after he sucked Marcus in, and Stone laid it in off the glass, Steve.
Well, both Kentucky and Western Kentucky have not been making good passes that lead to layups like that. That's only the second assist that Hawkins has, but he's leading Kentucky. They only have 6 on the night, 6 assists.
Western leading Kentucky by 8, 58-50 with 2:32 to play in the second game here in the Pizza Hut NABC Classic. Jeff Pecoro and Steve Wolf. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Consolation game, and the championship game 30 minutes follows. Cliff Hawkins stops and pops. No good, a little too hard. Robinson gets it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. It'll be Western basketball. Big miss there.
Well, it was a good shot. Kentucky needs to hurry up, but they don't want to rush. They want to make sure they get in the offensive area, but they have to keep thinking, take good shots.
Oh, steal by Finch, and he lays it in. They overplayed on Curry. and Robinson passed a bounce pass as he tried to hit a breaking Rolls, and Fitch stepped right in there and took it away and laid it in.
That changes the whole complexion of the game. That was a quick hit. It was an open shot, nice layup. And as you can see here, bad pass by Robinson, good defense by Fitch. It's a two-possession game with 2:20 to go.
Steve, great anticipation that time by Fitch. He saw Curry start to his right, knew he was going to come back to the basketball. He just beat him to the spot.
Well, we said all along, Fitch is he's their glue. Last year they're 3-5. They bring Fitch into the lineup and they reel off. They go 21-5 on that stretch. So Fitch is a real active player. He can play 2 or 3 positions. They can even put him in forward at his size and weight.
So now the Kentucky fans are back in the game, and we'll see if Western can hold up to the pressure. They've got a 6-point lead. They get it into Rolls, and they go right back to David Robinson. Robinson will walk it up himself over the timeline. 2:11 to play in the basketball game, and Western with that 6-point lead. Derek Robinson to Curry. Curry's going to take it all the way down, and a charge as Tayshaun Prince on his ground. Steve, we said at the start of the game, the one thing that Tubby Smith demands out of his players, you play defense.
Well, and your senior leader, Prince got back there quick, took the charge. That's what you do when you're an All-American.
2 great defensive plays in a row by the Wildcats and a chance to cut it to 4. Hawkins goes all the way in to Stone, and he's fouled from behind, so Stone will go to the free throw line.
That's Hawkins' penetration. Now, Stone wasn't ready for the ball. He should have had a 3-point play. But Hawkins penetrated and gave him a beautiful pass. Watch here. Great penetration. Nice ditch off. Stone's got to be ready for the basketball and take it up strong. You got to be moving to the basket.
Second foul on Rolls as Marvin Stone goes to the free throw line, where he's 4 of 5 tonight, and that's hard. 4 of 6 now from the free throw line. Sparks comes in for Curry. Sparks will be the ball handler.
If he makes this, you really don't need to foul yet if you're Kentucky. Unless you get somebody who maybe, if Marcus gets the ball down low, you might want to foul him. But try to play good defense.
Stone missed them both, and then Western missed Boynton, who was wide open, streaking to the basket on the other end. 1:42 to play. Boy, 2 huge misses by Marvin Stone at the free throw line. And if the Cats lose, that's going to be the reason. 12 of 24 from the free throw line. Sparks, open baseline jumper, no good, and Bogans gets the rebound. Fitch, he's got Hawkins on the wing, but nice recovery by Western. They were back. Fitch has to pull it back out. Now they go right through the lane again. Hawkins had a 3, didn't take it. Gives it off to Stone. He lays it up, no good. Short again, Marvin Stone. Had an easy layup, and he blew it.
There's no reason for that. He's strong. He's got to take it in there. That's a great pass by Hawkins. He can't do anymore.
He's given him every opportunity. It could be a 2-point game. Stone has missed 2 free throws and a layup. 58-52, 6-point lead. Kentucky's going to have to foul pretty soon. There's 50 seconds to play.
Well, Western hasn't scored in the last 2 minutes. Kentucky has had opportunity after opportunity.
Robinson buries a 3 from the corner, and it's a 9-point Western lead.
That might have been the hatchet in the head.
Hawkins falls down. Boynton gets the steal, and Prince fouls him. And Hawkins comes out of his shoe again. 61-52, Western leads. And the Western fans are going absolutely wild.
And you have to hand it to Dennis Felton and his staff. He has really worked. Dennis Felton needs a shower after this game. He's been substituting. He's been changing defenses. He's been changing the offensive strategies and has done a wonderful job with his coaching staff.
And how big was that 3 by Derek Robinson, the youngster from 5 minutes down the road, Bourbon County, Kentucky. Paris, the home of Clay.
Lions with a 94%